and there's no countdown. But all right, Greenwood Stock Trading, and we are here with another market recap with Intrinsic. Just looking at the market overall and kind of giving you some tips, some pointers on how to gauge the market, how to trade, and exactly what we're looking at when uh, we're executing entries, exits. So uh, we're talking about a stock that's very familiar to us. We traded this stock, I believe, from somewhere around $17 to $100 when it IPO'd. So uh, real quick, I'm going to go back, look at the hour chart. That's not back far enough. So yeah, I mean, basically, it was a dream. Uh, 18 ran all day. Uh, the next day made a high 107. I actually sold out at 98, I believe. So yeah, wild ride, got um, 300-400%, and here we are. But so we're looking. I like to call these breakout levels because there are certain levels that you can see on a chart where when the stock breaks, it should take off because there's some long-term resistance. So breakout levels are just long-term resistance that have been broken. And so once that resistance has been broken, it's exactly how it sounds for a beginner. It's resistance. It's a area that the stock has had trouble getting past, and now it finally has. So zoom in, see these breakout levels. You see it touched here a couple times and a while back. And so now that $55 breakout level has been broken. So we should see some movement, and especially since it held after hours. And so, yeah, we're looking for this to break 60. And once it does, we think it may make a big move. So um, another stock, ORPH. We were talking about this in the Discord. If you guys are not in the Discord, you're missing out. We got a lot of great trading going on. A lot of guys that are making great trades, making great calls. So you can join the Discord in the link. Do yourself a favor and get some winning calls. But ORPH just a few days ago, 497, no volume. I talk about this all the time. I'm not going to go over it, but when the stock doesn't have volume and now all of a sudden it's getting millions of shares every 5 minutes, then you have some momentum. So again, the stock went from 4 to 77. And today we go from 9 to 24. So plenty of volume to sustain the move. We actually got in this play at 1650, around there. I want to say after pullback, it held exactly where it needed to, and the next thing you know, we enjoyed a nice run up. Got stopped out around 20. So that's how we want to trade. Real quick, I'm going to go over level holding levels. And when I say that, I want to be in a stock that's low risk, high reward. I want to get good entries. So if I don't get a good entry, normally I let it go. If I do get into a stock, I want it to be holding a certain level. So you see, I drew my trend lines. I want these lows to hold. I want these levels to hold, or else I don't want the stock. So my mentality when I traded this was to get in. I seen this volume. You're trading 2 million shares every 5 minutes, 3 million shares, 5 million shares every 5 minutes. When I see these volume bars consistently fill in, you're consistently above 2 million shares every 5 minutes, and it's consistent. That means the movement is going to stay consistent. So got into 16, ran 24, got stopped at 20. And so, but the most important thing is it held the levels that I was looking for. I mean, look at it. Look at, this is where we drew trend lines here. So this is where we stopped looked at, and then the next thing you know, it took off. But I want a stock that's going to be on a constant uptrend. Once the party is over, it's over. as you see. So once it didn't hold this level, this should have been a new support. This should have been a new support because you see it was resistance. You see it banged up against it a couple of times. So it tried to make support, but at the end of the day, it fell through. And once it fell through, it crumbled. So uh, and it continued to sell off. So you have anything else to add to that on this? And what other stocks are you looking at?
Yeah. Right now I'm looking at PSWW. I mean, it's an OTC, and the thing I like about that is the fact that it seems like to be for an OTC anyway. The story seems okay, and basically it has a lot of volume coming in. I mean, it hit a high at one point of 30 cents and it pulled back a lot. But I mean, it seems to react like once the volume starts to come in, it'll consolidate and then it'll run up and it'll consolidate. So basically, what I've been doing is pretty much catching it on consolidation and trying to catch the run up, selling the strength, and just scaling in and out. And I'm gonna ride it up until until it makes that big move they usually make at some point, based on PR or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I see it broke out of a channel on the hour chart. Kind of gives a better view of what's going on. So again, these breakout levels, I always talk about long-term resistance. You see where it was at on what was this? This is about it's about a month ago almost, and you see where it's at. You see a couple of times it tried to break this 5 cent level. Tried to break 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It tried to break on several days. So once it does get past this breakout level, plus it broke the 200, which is hard for a stock to do, 200 moving average. Look at the volume. Look, the volume finally comes in consistently. We got 2 hours with over 500,000 shares traded, and then the next day you see the huge spike. So finally, the only thing that causes these stocks to break out is volume. So pay attention to volume, as we always say, which is in the ebook, by the way. Paying attention to volume is one of the 5 core principles of trading these stocks profitably. And you see, once the volume goes, the stock goes. So we go from 4 cents. You can set your stop right where you see long-term resistance, and as soon as it is, or the alert, right where it's long resistance, as soon as it breaks, you got a great chance, because if it breaks here, there's no reason for it to break long-term resistance unless it intends to continue to move, unless the market intends to continue to buy the stock up. So today was another big volume day. We got 1.5 million shares. So actually, we didn't get one. We got more than that. We got 3.7 million shares. So, and again, it broke out above this long-term resistance and above the 50 moving average. So yeah, something to watch. Wasn't too much action today. PSWW is setting up. I can look at my scan and see what's going on. This is how we scan. This is my scan. So if you need a scan, let me know. I can send it to you. If you have Thinkorswim, it's pretty. I like the raw data. I don't really like to get everything, you know, given to me. I just like the raw data, and I like to go through and see what stock is getting volume and what the key elements and indicators that I want. I go through each individually. So yeah, basically we're just looking at a couple stocks. UTME is one of them. ORPH, I mean, that can still run again. Let's just look at a couple before we go. GEIN on low volume, 43,000 shares, and no news, but who knows? KIN on news. Let me see. What did we do today? Kendrick Science. Somebody's going to acquire. So again, we got a catalyst, which is another principle in our ebook. The catalyst, basically, um, we're looking at different factors that can make this stock move in a certain direction. So whenever um, whenever you see news, you have to analyze how it's going to affect the stock. And again, we go into that in the book. If you want to know, get the book. But again, today, tomorrow, we're watching for UTME, a short float runner. We're watching for ORPH on a continuation, PSWW. Uh, but I think PSWW has the best chance of really making a move, as well as UTME. So uh, it's a choppy market. Always recommending to trade smart, take profits and selling the strength, and just make sure you have a plan for your entries and exits is the main advice I always give. You got anything else, Intrinsic?
Yeah, just to kind of piggyback on what you're saying. Yeah, basically, I mean, with it being such a choppy market, is key to have rules and follow them no matter what. Even if you feel like you may be missing out because you followed your rules and you sold in the strength, or you may got stopped out. Look at that like is an insurance plan that you insured your profit, or you insured that you're preserving your capital for the next trade. I mean, that's going to be key, because I mean, there'll be times when the market, really rallies and you can catch big runs, but there'll be times when it's choppy. So you got to survive those times to be able to enjoy the good times.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, preserve your capital. Don't blow it. I mean, wait for the best probability setups. Wait for the setup that you made the most money on with the highest probability of it being a positive trade, and then you can commit your capital instead of losing 5%, 10% here. Wait for the very best opportunities that you feel good at. So patience is really important here. But that's going to be it. We'll be back looking at the market again tomorrow, trading the markets. Um, Again, check out the Discord. There's also a way to support us if you want to, and hope you are making money. You can always reach out to us for coaching. If you have any questions, you can email us, text us, and until next time, we will see you on the green side. God bless.